this episode, I was nearly blown away. I hope my mom doesn't watch YouTube.
My mother would have strangled me if she knew that.
I nearly changed my mind. I lost my hat. I was nearly blown away again. All this for a damn photo.
Hello Internet, how are you? So I thought I wanted to share a story with you from when I was a little kid growing up. You see, when I was a little kid, I used to love bad weather. And the worse it was, the happier I was. Like when thunderstorms rolled in and everybody just shuffled on inside to take shelter, I went outside to see if I could get struck by lightning. Well, not exactly to get struck by lightning, but I just loved to feel the thunder surging throughout my body. And that was kind of like what my entire childhood revolved around, like searching for adventure and experiencing the rawness of nature. That being said though, I've done some really stupid things growing up, causing me to end up in hospital a time or 30. Like, take this clip for example, and I had to do this very improv voiceover for this because filming this was like filming inside a washing machine. It was pointless. If you see on the right side there, the tunnel that runs underneath the factory, I went underneath there as a kid trying to catch a trout that didn't want to bite. I didn't catch it though, but I had a lot of fun. My mother would have strangled me if she knew that. Well, I did come out on the other side. Yeah, she would have. But little did I know that this fascination for adventure would still be a part of my photography 2 decades later. The year is 2020 and I'm finding myself at the edge of the coast taking what would be the best photo I've taken thus far. And this is the photo. But I have to be honest, when taking this photo, the weather caught me off guard. But I'm very glad that I stuck around, because otherwise this photo would have never existed. And taking this photo taught me a very valuable lesson. To trust in my own adventures and to push myself, because otherwise you will never learn how capable you are, and you will never know how absolutely perfect something can turn out to be. So, without any further ado, enjoy this very, very miserable adventure, and I'll see you after.
Is it even possible to see anything here? I do really love being here up in the mountains, but when it's this kind of weather, it is hard. It is very, very hard. And only a fool would not respect Mother Nature when she's showing this side of her. I'm just having a tiny little break because I'm having my toughest rain clothing on and it's not breathable. So if I hike too hard and I get too warm and sweaty, it doesn't evaporate and it gets stuck inside this, and I become a greenhouse more or less. And when you dense up, you will freeze your ass off.
Pushing it. I'm even starting to get concerned how this camera will holding up. I'm not even sure if this is remotely weather sealed. Oh Jesus. If this doesn't kill this camera, nothing will. Really questioning whether I should continue or head back to the car. That's probably the wisest choice, but I still want to continue because it's not that bad. Yeah. So this is what I really came here for. These set of rocks, the birch tree in the background there with all the nice yellow colors. That's what I initially wanted to come here and shoot, but the weather is completely crap. I knew that before I came here, but I still wanted to capture it because there is something about the real rawness when the weather turns to shite like this. That is also really interesting if you manage to get it into your photo, the essence of it all. So I'm going to do my best to see what happens. These are rocks that you have to be super careful stepping on, because they're so slippery. If you slip on one of those, you will hurt yourself very much. So now I'm going to try and see if I can find a composition. And I have a feeling it's not going to be easy. But here we go.
It is so nice to come home to a warm fireplace once you've been through something like that. I decided to end the video there because things were getting very wet and I was really starting to question the capabilities of my camera gear. And I had moments with torrential rain. It was horrible, horrible. So I thought I want to end the entire video by talking about the photos that I took, and I'm going to start with the last photo because that's the photo that I am the least happy with, which is a shame because it's the photo that I really wanted to have work out. Like, I really wanted it to work because it's the sole purpose of the trip, more or less. I did some scouting on a previous hike. I saw the place that I went to and I just thought that this is the place, but I messed up big time. I had wind blowing straight into the camera and I was really struggling with not getting water droplets on the front of the lens. And once you get water droplets on the lens, it is damn near impossible to fix in post because you get these large blurry spots on the photo. I also miss a more defined leading element or line through the photo that kind of guides you through. I feel like my eyes are bouncing back and forth, which is a rookie mistake, but yeah, I think I had more than I could handle I was juggling more than I could handle in this video, standing there. And the last thing I want to point out is the top right, that large bright area. I could perhaps darken it down in post, but I don't think that it will add anything to it. I should have seen this when I took the photo, but as I said, I had my hands full. So I think perhaps this could benefit from being taken in the morning, having some more interesting clouds in the background up in the top right there with perhaps a touch of color, perhaps. Who knows? Anyway, that's all I have to say with that photo. The first photo, on the other hand, I was very happy with. It's starting to get warm now. And I really think that photo turned out great. It was better than what I would hoped for. It has a very interesting subject, that beautiful rowan tree full of berries, and river waterfall thing kind of leads you into the
the back of the image. I think it has a lot going for it. Interesting foreground, a lot of small bushes with beautiful detail, and I really love how the tree, I was able to make the lines of the waterfall and the top of the tree kind of like go into each other, so it seems like it just flows together very nicely. I think the only thing I would want to change with this photo, or I can't change it, but I would wish that I had, was more light, and an interesting light source, a more dynamic light, dappled light for that matter. And it was a very difficult photo to take, because on this photo I had wind from the side, which made the entire tripod shake, and the entire rowan tree was blowing in the wind, the foreground, the grass, the leaves, everything was blowing. So I can't really remember, but I think I'm at ISO 2000 on this photo, which is not something I do often, but I really wanted the photo. And I tried out the noise reduction tool in Lightroom, which did a pretty good job, I think. I think it did. So yeah, I think all in all it was a okay trip. I don't think I'm going to go out on any adventures with that kind of weather in a while, because it was a lot to juggle. You may have seen in one clip the plastic blowing from the camera. Yeah, that was the vlogging camera. I tried to cover it up with a plastic bag to prevent it from becoming soaking wet, because I really don't have a lot of knowledge about the weather sealing on the vlogging camera. So yeah, but I'm going to end this video here and say thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed watching this miserable adventure, and I really hope you would consider subscribing. It helps out a lot. And to all the returning viewers, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye for now.